Hi, it's Susan Short with Family Beautiful and FBTV. And have we got a fantastic show for you today? So, with us is Tom Sharpe. He's the drummer, percussionist, and MC of the extraordinary Mannheim Steamroller show that will be here at the Van Wezel on November 18th. So, thanks so much for being with us, Tom.
Hi, Susan. You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I am so excited to hear about Mannheim Steamroller. I did a little research on it. I've actually never experienced it, though I know of it. So tell us a little bit about the journey and how you became involved and
Sure.
what the audiences can expect. That's like a three-part question.
Yeah, this is my 18th year as a member of
Wow.
Mannheim Steamroller, and so I'm a senior member now. And I have to say, I'm so fortunate to have found this group and to have the group have found me, and to have this be such a big part of my life for so many years now. It's a just unique, groundbreaking group to be in. I mean, when this is a Christmas show, and the first
Yeah.
Christmas album that came out for Mannheim Steamroller was about 10 years after the group originated. First Christmas album came out in 1984, and it was at that point it was so unique and so groundbreaking that it really created an entire genre of music. It was like nothing else. um, you can go back and think, what did Christmas music sound like before Mannheim Steamroller? It was, Bing Crosby and
Traditional.
yeah, yeah. um, so I was a kid when the first album came out, and but I was very much involved in music, and I can still remember putting it on. I think it was a record or a cassette, and putting it on, and I think I listened to it straight through at least twice before
Wow.
before like taking a breath. I mean, I was like, what just happened here? It kind of flipped the whole thing upside down, as far as the arrangements, and all the different blending of these genres together. It's a complete, journey of, you go from classical sophistication to, a Renaissance period era to raw rock energy, and it flows seamlessly like that.
That's awesome. So, do you change the show? I know there's also like a light show. It's got like new age elements to it.
Mhm.
So, does the show stay the same every year, or do you add new elements to it?
There's always something new, and there's always something familiar. So a lot of, again, this is something that parents have come for years and brought their kids, and their kids have grown up, and now they bring their kids, and it is something that has been passed down through generations. And a lot of people come to the shows, and they're expecting to hear this particular piece or that particular piece. We're not going to let you down there. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we will always be bringing you, and our the creator of this whole thing, Chip Davis, is the one that puts it all together, and he does a fabulous job of knowing what pieces are going to be there no matter what, and knowing what pieces can interchange throughout the years so that it stays fresh for our longtime audience members, and new audience members are going to get the hits that made it so popular to begin with.
That's great. So, how many shows do you do a year? You only focus on Christmas, so it must be pretty intense this time of year, correct?
Yeah, we will start next week, and we'll go straight through November with very, very little break. We'll do we take our, because there's such a demand for the Mannheim season.
Uh-huh.
We take our company, and we split into two different troops,
I
and
read about that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah.
yeah, and one will come east to you, and then the other goes west, and we kind of divvy up the Midwest a little bit. And that's just because it's so popular that we can't. I guess we can be in two places at once, right? So that's that's what we have done to get as many, bring this music to as many people as we can in this short period of time. So each of our two troops will do about 50 shows in the
50.
two months. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
50.
we kind of don't look up until January, and then we say, what just happened?
Wow. So 50 shows. I want to break that down because I'm sort of in the music industry too. So that's another thing that I do. But so how many dates? So you guys do 50 dates in over like a 2 month period, or what?
Correct.
How many
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
a 2 month period?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go straight through till the new year, and because a lot of times, Mannheim Christmas tickets are a nice Christmas gift. So
Right. Yeah.
so we'll go through the new year and play that week after Christmas as well.
And there's 17 pieces. Is that correct? How many performers are there?
That sounds about right. There are six of us that are the touring band.
Okay.
And we will do all 50 of those shows as we're the band, and then our orchestra that will round out, and that sounds right, that 17 people all together on stage. That will be Sarasota, fabulous Sarasota musicians that will be in the orchestra.
So the Sarasota Orchestra, so are they orchestral musicians
Yes.
normally?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's cool.
and they will maybe travel with us through a region, but
Okay,
then we'll uh, get another orchestra, depending on the mile radius or something there. So we might have the same orchestra for a few shows, um,
great.
and
That helps.
yeah, and you know what, they're all fabulous because that's what they do. They're
Right.
they're the ones that when groups come in and need orchestras, they're the ones that get the calls. So they're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good friend that was with a Sarasota Orchestra who's the principal tubist, and he teaches at University of Miami, and he's with Naples. Naples
Mm,
Orchestra poached him, and
okay.
they're touring all over Asia. They're in
Oh,
China
how
and
cool.
Japan right
How
now.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about like those are the guys that we'll have in our orchestra, and
Yeah.
we're in Naples as well this year, so we might see some of the same faces for a few shows.
That's great. That's great. So, so how many shows do you do in Florida?
Oh boy, I think we have maybe 6 or 7
Okay.
cities. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll start in Pensacola,
Uh-huh.
and gosh, I guess I don't have the schedule right in front
I'm
of me,
just
but
curious. So do
yeah,
you drive through Florida or you fly around Florida? You drive in a tour
we
bus?
we will only fly to tour, and then we're the big tour buses and the semis going down the road the
Gotcha.
whole time. Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which
Nice.
don't feel bad for us. It's pretty awesome.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
is. Absolutely. I heard that, who is it? Not Jason Aldean, Faith Hill's husband. He brings a semi. This is just completely off topic, but he tours, and he goes on the bus, and he brings a semi that's a gym with a bunch
Oh,
of
how cool.
trainers,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
like breaks it out wherever he goes, and everybody works out, and then they
That's
eat and they do the show, and then they
yeah.
work out again or something crazy like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
There's a lot you could do with that space,
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's so cool. So Tuesday, November 18th, I think there's a few tickets left. You only do one show per city, correct? You don't do multiple shows.
It depends every year. We are only in Sarasota for the one show this year. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So occasionally we will have a couple of days, but we're usually I don't remember the crew term for that. Turn and burn or something. I don't know what they
No, it's
call
a
that.
turn and burn. Okay.
Yeah. Is that what that's called? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
so.
Where our crew is amazing. They they're up. We'll travel through the night, and they're up bright and early and set the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Which is, by the time the band gets there, everything's ready to go, and we'll play and put on an amazing show, and then they tear it down, and we do it all again. It's
Yeah.
like that Jackson Browne, whatever that Jackson Browne song is about tour life.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's great. So do you just perform with Mannheim Steamroller, or do you do, because I know Chip Davis has some other shows that they do. Do you do other shows in his company?
These are the big ones. The Christmas tours are the big ones. Sometimes other things will come up during the year,
Uh-huh.
and they're really cool. We have done some holiday on ice things, and sometimes there's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Okay.
There's some Space Center shows that we've done,
Nice.
and there was a tour of his other another big catalog of his music called Fresh Air. That
Yeah, I read about that. I
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
So there are always things that you never know, but for us as the band, this is the time of year that we block off and say no other commitments, for us
Yeah.
during this time, and then from year to year something might come up with another one of his projects.
So my last question is, the name Mannheim Steamroller is a pseudonym because when he first started this type of music, it wasn't well received and he couldn't get a label. Is that correct? And he started his own label. Am I asking too much? Am I getting too
No,
deep into the weeds?
no. I think that a lot of that is accurate. He definitely, American Gramophone is the label that he started.
He's got his own
Yeah,
label. Yeah.
yeah. And really, the music originated, with some of that, the early stuff. Those Fresh Air albums predate the Christmas music by about 10 years, and some of those early albums were like a very big success in like in like stereo shops and things like that, where um, I guess, are they called audiophiles, right? Like
Right. Yeah.
people that are just really into their
Right.
speaker systems and everything. They
Right.
would the store reps would put on a Mannheim Steamroller album and to test out speakers, because the just the dynamic range and the sonic
Interesting.
quality of it was so incredible. And this story kind of goes that the customer would say, okay, I'll take that stereo and I want that record too. Yeah.
You should
So
get a commission on that because some of those speakers are very pricey.
yeah. Well, he one of the really awesome things about Chip is he's like just been a mastermind at marketing the music, and
Yeah.
thinking of different, just like that, for example, instead of trying to go some sort of traditional route.
Right.
He's putting his albums on the end caps, buying an end cap at Kmart or whatever. I have no idea, but
Uh-huh.
instead of trying to go some sort of traditional route,
Right.
he's putting his albums next to the Christmas tree instead of in the
Right.
record shop. So just stuff like that is really not a surprise, because the music is so creative, that he's creative in everything that he does, and has branched out to all sorts of different like entrepreneurish endeavors.
That's so interesting. And then they're based out of Park City, is that right? The company is based out of Park City, Utah?
We are based in Omaha, Nebraska. That's
Oh,
where
in
Chip.
Omaha,
Yes.
Nebraska.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, um, I think that our agency is in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I love Park City. I love Park City, Deer Valley. That's such a great place.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Summer, winter, skiing, biking,
yeah,
anything hiking. It's
yeah.
just, that's a
It's
great place.
pretty beautiful, but
Yeah.
it's not Sarasota though.
No, it's not. But if you had like a snowbird situation
Yeah,
where you could have places in both, I think that would
sure.
be ideal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
manifest that.
yeah, yeah. what one of my favorite stops is to, you know, because we'll travel through the night and we wake up right at the theater there in
Okay,
Sarasota
on the
and
water.
look out on the water. It's like, wow, this is just amazing. And you know, I like to go for a morning run, and
Yeah.
just running that, you know, strip on the water there is something that I look forward to. So anytime that you know, Sarasota pops up on our schedule, I'm a happy guy.
Oh, that's so exciting. Well, thank you so much, Tom, for talking to us.
Of
It's
course,
been a great interview. I know you're busy and you got to get your rest in before the tour starts.
it's all
So,
good, all good.
Tom Sharpe, he is the drummer, percussionist, and the MC Tuesday, November 18th at the Van Wezel. Get your tickets, don't miss it. Mannheim Steamroller. It's Susan Short, FBTV. We'll see you next time.
Yes, and I know to not say weasel.
Wezel. Yeah, good for you.
I've been taught well. It's not my first time there.
There you go. That's how you know the newbie when they say weasel. We're like,
Yes.
what? Van what? Van Weasel? Thanks, Tom. Wait,
Thank you
don't
so
leave
much,
yet.
Susan. Okay,
Don't leave
take
yet.
care.
I'm just going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay.